Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Bondi Snapshot. I've got a few things happening for you this week. We're talking to a fabulous Bondi local from Let's Go Surfing, Brenda Miley, legend of the beach. She'll be coming up a little later. First of all, I thought, look, as we get into the colder months, and it's certainly time to get those jimmy jammy flannels out and the heaters going, I wanted to just give you a few tips for selling in winter. Now, winter can be traditionally quite a good time for prices, and obviously, look, we've seen this amazing momentum happening recently. There's still been some really strong sales. So if you are thinking about, or you do need to sell your property in winter, here's a few tips that maybe might make it a little bit better for you. Obviously in winter, your home doesn't necessarily get as much light. So what we want to do is make it a warm, inviting place. We recommend that you go out and get a few bedside lamps, a few little occasional lamps to sort of warm up the corners of the room. That can make a really big difference from just the overhead lights. I know a lot of you don't like walking into homes with the lights on, but seriously, those little lamps around the side and candles and things like that can make a big difference to make a home more warm and inviting. Another thing to think about is actually rugs on the floors. And thinking about this with the decor is obviously we live in the beachside suburbs across the coast, and in summer we traditionally have a lot of cool beachy kind of colours themed throughout the home. Now in winter it might be an idea to start thinking of a bit of a warmer tone to come through the house and help people feel a little bit more connected. Along those lines, I would suggest maybe sort of having some nice rugs so it's not so cold if you've got floorboards walking through the home. So that's the inside of your home, but when looking at the outside of your home, for those of you that do have the outdoor space, one thing to think about is actually getting a high pressure hose or gurney for those paving or tiled areas. That just brightens it up, because once again it's all about the light. You do get less light in winter. Think about more lighter coloured bark chips for the garden and lighter coloured and hardier shrubs that are going to survive those stronger winter weather conditions as we've seen recently. Another tip to consider when selling your home in winter is you're open for inspection time. It's very important to have a look at the light and how it affects the home. When does the light best affect the living areas and or the outdoor areas? Please keep an eye on that and let us know when we come in to see you so that we can make sure we slot you into the best open time. So we're more than happy to come around and give you a bit of advice on how to prepare your home for selling in winter. We also have at our disposal some really top quality stylists that are more than happy to walk through free of charge to give you some advice, and you might find that they can complement your existing home with some touches of their own. We want to make sure your home stands out from the crowd. We're here to get you a great price, and this is how we're going to do it. Now let's go and meet another one of Bondi's legends, the wonderful Brenda Miley. Hello, and we're down here at the fabulous Bondi Beach, and I'd like to welcome Brenda Miley, who's the founder and director of Let's Go Surfing, the premier and only surf school on Bondi Beach, one of the premier surf schools in Australia, of course. Brenda, can you tell us a little bit about how you started Let's Go Surfing?
Well, I've always surfed, and I was a PE teacher, and I used to compete in surfing. And I used to drive around and pick up girls and take them to surfing comps, and when they got there, because there was only boys in it, they'd get nervous. So I thought, oh, maybe I should start coaching them. So basically I just borrowed someone's van and bought a few surfboards and set up in Bondi car park 20 years ago, actually.
Fantastic. That is amazing. And how many people do you reckon you've taught to surf over the years?
Oh, God. Over probably 100,000
That's amazing.
people. Yeah, so many people. And, you know, I guess we've touched the lives of so many people. Like we like to say we're changing lives one wave at a time. Because basically this is my office, so it's a pretty good office. And you know, we spend a lot of time down there helping people enjoy the ocean. But a lot of people also come to us who've got really big fears that something happened to them as children. So we help them overcome their fear of the ocean, or they're people who've never seen the ocean. So, you know, it's actually really rewarding as well.
Fantastic. And obviously you've been here in this central location for quite a while. How have you seen Bondi change over the years?
Oh, look, we moved into the shop at North Bondi in 1998, and nobody wanted to take up the rent. We just happened to drive past, and it was an old laundromat that had a full lease sign on it. And we thought, oh, maybe that could be a good spot for a surf school. So there was nobody really hanging around North Bondi. And then we've seen North Bondi grow into this place that's happening. And, you know, if our shop went for lease now, you know, there'd be 50 people wanting it. So I guess it's there's a lot more people. It's a lot more happening. When I grew up in the 80s around here, Bondi was called Scum Valley. And also the water sewage used to come straight in when the wind blew in. So the beach went brown. But nowadays, you know, Bondi's beautiful every day.
Crystal blue.
So yeah, there's been a lot of changes. It's fun and crazy.
So I guess, look, what is the oldest and the youngest? Can anyone get out there and learn to surf?
Anybody can learn to surf. So you can do it at any level. The beauty of surfing is you can get out there, you can fall off every wave, and you can have the best time of your life because you're in the ocean and it's fun. So yep, we take everyone from 3 to 83.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us, Brenda. It's been an absolute pleasure. Keep on surfing. Enjoy those waves.
I will, and I'm looking forward to taking you out in the waves.
Thanks everybody for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of Bondi Snapshot. Looking forward to having you all join us for the next instalment of Bondi Snapshot. See you all then.